Welcome to a very special festive Brownload.
Ho, 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 ho,
Right,
ho.
we're all here. But this podcast that you're about to hear is, or what do you, no, I was about to say it's all our best bits, but it's not the best bits.
It's not
is
the
it?
best bits, no.
It's one of the best bits across
I mean,
every
the whole
podcast.
thing is the best.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a load of great bits.
2/3 of it, anyway.
It's okay. So here is a podcast full of bits. It's really what we're
Get your
saying.
bits
Yeah.
out.
Get your bits. We've got our Christmas bits out.
It's basically what you would be eating after Christmas.
Yeah, it's what?
Bits and pieces. Bits and pieces.
No.
This has been specially put together by a good chef.
Yeah, these are selections.
All right, Serge, bring yourself up.
I'll tell you what, it's a little platter.
Yeah.
Of meat cut or,
Yeah.
or cheese cut. You know, we put
it's
together
like a box of chocolates.
It's a
Yeah.
load of. Yeah, it's a load of métier.
Including Bounty.
All of that.
Bounty.
Love Bounty. No, don't knock it. My point is, what we're bringing you right now is a load of the things we've learned and our favourite things we've learned
In 2022.
in 20 of the year from the podcast. So we know this is that kind of odd time of year, and you might be so you're somewhere between Christmas and New Year. It's a bit like
What day is it?
It's a bit like Kedge's chest. You're not talking to his face. You're not anywhere near his navel or lower regions where the action
Well, you
really
don't know,
happens
because there's
You're
no
just
guidance on
somewhere-
hair.
you
There's no guidance.
There's no guidance. It's barren. It's
Yeah.
It's flat. There's
Is
nothing
it his
going
back?
on.
Is it his front?
Is it a 5-year-old's leg? Who knows? Who knows? So we're in this weird period. And actually, if you've got family over, stick the pod on, stick this one on, and it's just all the things we've learned, all the little bits of the things we've learned throughout the year. So and it'd be a nice little thing to share, and you can talk about it. And
Yeah,
you can,
what I was
you
going to
can
say
appear
is,
knowledgeable.
or if you know that you've got to go and meet some people that you don't really like talking to normally, because that's what you do,
Yeah.
visit a lot of family members, and some of them are a little bit dry, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You might go, if I listen to this quickly, then I might have at least 3-4 things that I've
say,
learned just to share, and that would just keep the conversation ticking over.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it'll be time to go home.
That would be lovely. See, that's why we're doing it. So right now, what you're about to hear is all those little bits, and there are some great ones. And we often get told. I definitely do when I'm out and about, because I don't hang out with these two outside of the Brownload. God forbid, no. That's enough. Once a week is enough. But when I'm out and about and doing events, and I have to laugh because I know us three so well.
Yeah.
But people go, you know what?
Love it
Your
when Kate says.
No, they don't say that. Well, actually, they do say that. That does get mentioned. But more so that they come along and they'll kind of go, love the podcast, laughing along. And we get a lot of people saying, I'm the only one laughing on the train because I'm just laughing away.
Yeah.
And I love that. And they go, and also, it's actually quite educational.
Yeah,
but they
everyone
throw
says
that.
that.
They throw that in like I know you don't. I know you're not trying to go for education, Tommy. And I know you don't see yourself as the education.
But you learn a lot. Yeah.
But people do learn because we talk about little world stories, a little things in language, a little things that we know from the industry or behind the scenes. And then the things we've learned that we do at the end is genuinely the things that we've kind of picked up throughout the week.
Yeah.
Weird little things we've heard, not from school, not from a teacher, not from a master, just those little lessons in life about, I don't know, barcodes or
anything.
little consumer stuff or, little things you've seen around the world or the planets or your body. So I hope you enjoy this. Tell your friends all about it. And if this could be a nice way of converting more people to being Brownload listeners for 2023. So until the new year, have a good one.
Take it away, Satch.
All right, here we go. Shall I kick it off then for
Go
the
on
first one for 2022? And you can use this word to impress whoever you're speaking to, because the word I have learned this week is calapigus.
How do you spell that? He says.
Callipy.
Yeah.
Gous.
Calapigus. So it sounds like
it's
something
like
to do with
Callipygus.
dinosaurs, but
Callipygus.
it's not. But it's not to do anything to do with dinosaurs.
No.
It could sound. It sounds a bit like a fungal disease. Oh, bro,
No,
I got to
no.
get cream.
Is it something to do with Calippo, the ice lolly?
No, but
or Galapagos Islands?
no, it's not nothing to do with that. It's basically the word which means having beautifully shaped buttocks.
Oh, well, after all that butter
we make it
clenching from
Galapagos.
Kate.
We make it Galapagos.
Calapigus comes from basically two words. It's the two Greek words, the word for beauty and buttocks, and it was the Greek goddess of love called Aphrodite Callipygus who raises a rope to reveal her backside, and that's where the words come.
I love that I love that she's got this rope attached to her dress. Something she's lifted, and then she
lifts her back up.
It's like
and you can see her
it's like the
backside.
curtain of a stage show that opens up. And
Yes.
who decides it's perfectly shaped?
I don't know, but that's just, each their own. But that was the one that they went for.
So you can have a Galapagos.
You can have a Galapagos.
Right. I was just learning how I'm going to fit it into a sentence.
Yeah. Check out that Galapagos.
Right. Oh, yes. Check out the Galapagos on that.
Yeah. Have finely developed buttocks as well. So you can go, I've been doing my squats. Man's working on his Galapagos.
Galapagos,
yeah. Because it's developed. It's not just born with. It's not I'm blessed with Galapagos.
Yeah.
It's having finely developed.
That's it. Whereas kedges are underdeveloped.
Developing.
Yeah.
Developing. Okay.
Well, with all this Netflix drama,
He's got a floppy goss. Oh, good luck.
It will transform soon.
Oh, okay, cool.
The thing that I learned this week is that scientists now want to send nudes into space to attract aliens.
Nudes? What do you mean? Like pictures of naked?
Pictures of,
nude people. Racy images. They want to send them into space. They want, basically, they want to send images of
like people in their
human,
of
the genitals, and it's basically.
But they might not know what it is. If you got sent a picture of Space Mum, you ain't going to go. Whoa, you're going to go. What's that? I don't know what it is.
Can I just give you the thinking behind it? Because this is, I know you're all laughing, thinking he's just making it up.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking is they don't. How do we know they're going to go?
So in many unsuccessful.
Maybe they're like fingers or something.
Over the last 150 years, they've been trying to obviously connect with aliens out there somehow, right? And they've tried sending loads of different types of things, photos and all of this kind of thing, and nothing's working. They reckon that now maybe sending out a saucy snap of 2 nude people from the Earth, that might all of a sudden arouse the aliens' curiosity and actually encourage communication.
Kedge, if you sent a picture of yourself nude out to space, they're gonna think you're a snack. They're gonna go, oh hello,
Twiglet,
nibbles. And if it was just your genitalia, they'd go, yeah, that looks like an appetizer. That looks like a mousse-bouche palate cleanser.
What I was slightly upset about is that I've seen this message that they're going to send out, and it's like a like one of those like 8-bit kind of images of a naked man and a woman, and it basically says illustrations of human form, and it's kind of it's weird, like, and they've got like the DNA sequence in there and everything as well, and I just think, if you want to get an alien to get in touch with us, don't send him an 8-bit graphic of a man and a woman and them looking at. Send them the best we've got.
The proper stuff.
Do you know what I mean? Send them a proper.
Who?
I don't know, J-Lo. Send them someone who's going to, really get the aliens going.
What about male level? On a male level?
On a male level, I can't think of a man who looks buff and topless or something like that. I don't know, Ronaldo.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Ripped, like going...
Jason Momoa.
Oh, yeah.
Aquaman.
Yeah, but I would think Ronaldo's more ripped than Momoa.
But maybe they don't like that. We don't know what
they're like. But if they
send
see
them a selection box,
maybe. But if they see a lot of lines on the human form and packs and all of this kind of stuff, and nice curves and
they might not like that. They might like a little bit wobbly. They might go, oh hello.
Exactly. They might not have
Boris
seen
Johnson,
but they might be attracted to it. And I thought that was the best thing that I've learned today. That that's where we are with our NASA space program.
Pac-Man was created by game designer Toru Iwatani.
Yeah, I know of him.
He was 24 at the time, and the idea of the character came to him when, this is brilliant, this is how ideas are born, and please, if you're sat on an idea right now, this is where one of the most popular games in the history of gaming has come from. The idea came to Toru when he was eating a pizza and he took a slice out.
Oh, yes, I know this, but I don't know if I said it, but I do know this. Yes,
right.
Now
so
that
he took a slice out, then he looked at that character, or looked at the pizza with the slice missing and thought, that looks like a face that would go along munching things, right?
Yeah.
So, and then he was also partly inspired by the onomatopoeic phrase "paku paku," which means chomp chomp, right?
Chomp.
Oh. So that means chomp. So paku paku, that's where Pac-Man, and the kanji symbol. The kanji symbol. This is what it's called. The kanji symbol for the word taberu, which means to eat. So there's a kanji. Sorry, I'm playing right. Kanji symbol for the word. That's a symbol.
Right.
I don't know what kanji.
I've never.
What is it? Wow. I mean, Tommy, that is really interesting. But what did you say his name was?
Oh, Toru.
See,
hold on a minute.
Now this is where it gets weird, because what does Toru mean in Gujarati, Kedge?
A little.
And what's cut out of like the pizza?
Oh, a little slice.
Slice.
Like tora. We would say tora. And iwatani. And iwatani. It sounds a bit desi. Sounds like could be your surname, Kedge.
What is the most stolen food in the world?
Oh, most
Hold on a bit.
stolen.
Fruit. It's got to be a fruit because you can just grab
It
it.
is something you eat, not drink.
It's something you eat.
Yeah. Stolen.
Would it be chocolate?
Yeah.
Would it be an
I
apple?
think Tommy might have been right with the fruit flex.
I'm going to put you out of your misery.
Go
Shall I
on.
do it? It's cheese.
Cheese. How
Cheese.
can you steal cheese? Cheese is the most stolen food.
Yeah. Cheese is the most stolen food
Why?
in the world. Yeah.
How did you learn that? How did you learn that fact?
Nothing. It was just a fact that I came across.
Wow. And
And
is that all the bit? All
it's
the
quite.
facts that you have?
Basically, it's just where they do a survey every year. It's the most common one that pops up.
Wow. People nick cheese.
Cheese.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
But it's not like I don't know. I don't really think it's like.
I thought
the
it'd been
packs of
sweets or
cheese,
something.
But it's
Yeah.
like those the big, you know, like the.
What,
It's
the
like
big
when
wheel.
yeah, like the big ones that you see in shops and stuff. But I think it's
Where do you
I
see
think-
that?
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I don't know. mate.
Roll it out.
But I think I just find it weird because obviously when you go into certain like supermarkets now, you see security tags on meat, and I find that a bit weird as well. So
yeah.
people nicking cheese is, I mean, I don't know.
And the thing that I learned is, and it's very apt for where what we're going through in terms of the weather at the moment. But you know, we've had highs of 19 degrees,
Yeah.
and 20. I think
It was 20 today.
It was 20 on the Apple Watch. We
Lovely.
hit 20, but that 20 is the temperature in the shade. So actually, it's warmer. But those highs that they get given on the weather map
Yeah.
are the temperatures in the shade.
Are they really?
So actually,
That can't be
it's-
right.
So
No,
actually,
that makes sense.
That actually,
That
it's
makes sense.
warmer.
Why does that make
it's
sense?
warmer.
Because that's just when the sun's like when it's direct sunlight, you'll be hotter. So
Exactly.
it's just taking a reading of the
then
atmosphere.
I think we need
so,
to.
so today 20 degrees, yes,
just- yeah,
but that's
the
20
atmosphere, yeah.
is just in the shade.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that no one knows that about the
That
weather
makes
maps.
sense. That makes sense.
but that's not good information then, because I want to know what the weather's like if
No,
I'm
but you
exposed to the
can't,
sun.
you can't. No, but you
But
can't.
you can't really.
give
You
that.
can't put a number on that, can you?
Why? How can you put a number in the shade then?
No. Because, oh my god.
Then you need to have two thermometers, one in the sun and one in the shade, because it'll be different readings.
Hold on. So when you say the weather it gives you, like you say from the
No,
weather
wait,
report,
So the
you're watching the weather news,
weather news
right.
on the map. Those temperatures
and it
are,
goes,
are
today
the temperatures
no,
in,
but then
in the
they-
shade.
But then they go, today in London highs are 24.
Highs are 24
Yeah.
in the shade.
In the shade.
That's ridiculous. I don't want in the shade. Because that's not where I'm at danger of the sun. I need to know what it's going to be like when I'm trotting along, not in the shade.
Well, you're going to have to go back and try and find Michael Fish.
Hold
or
a minute.
something.
And if you've got really good shade, then you could
Oh,
get it
here
down.
we go. Now he's going to say there's changes in the weather in
Yeah.
the shade.
Because if you've got deep shade, then you got you can
Yeah,
get
if you're in a cave,
yeah, then that's what.
No, but that's
this-
different.
That's
This
15
is
degrees.
just shade
Yeah.
from the sun.
Yes.
Direct sunlight.
Yeah.
He's blown his mind. He
That's
can't-
like
That is blowing my
on the
mind.
flip
That's
side,
stupid
it's-
as well.
No. That's a bit like when it's not raining and it's the winter, but they have a temperature, so it's like 3 degrees, but it feels like -5
Yeah.
when it's a bit windy.
And
It's a bit windy.
I will
Yeah.
always say
Yeah,
that
correct.
sometimes when you go on holiday,
makes sense.
And they say that, don't they? They say,
Yeah.
it's 5 degrees, but it will feel like
minus-
1 degree
Yeah. 'Cause of
with the wind.
Yeah.
But they don't give you this,
For
it's
the
20
heat.
degrees in the shade, it
Yeah.
will feel like a bit more.
Yeah, that
but,
makes
but,
sense.
But just so you know, from now on, when you look at the weather map, that's the temperature in the shade.
Humans and elephants are the only animals that have chins.
Oi.
is it?
Oi, oi.
No.
That is
Cats
a
and
fact.
dogs have chins. They have that.
No, they don't have a chin. They have a
No,
jaw.
that's their mouth. That's their jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the end of your jaw is your chin.
And from what I know, apparently we didn't have chins before, but it was because we've been breathing all wrongly for the
It's
last
pokey
few
out
hundred
bit,
years.
yeah.
That's why we started getting a chin, but we didn't have a chin.
But I think we look better with a chin because
That's how our faces look without a chin before. It used to all go flat.
Yes,
in.
exactly.
You know, on shoelaces, the bit at the end where you got the plastic, right, on the shoelace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's called?
Yeah, well, it's made up, isn't it? It's from the film Cocktail. Is it that one? Is it
No. No.
Flugelbinder?
No. There's an actual word for it.
It starts with an F.
No.
Flugelbinder.
No, it's called an aglet.
Aglet.
There we go. And it was it became popular on laces from 1790 when the English inventor Harvey Kennedy created it all for the modern shoelace. And you know what was the point? Why did he do this? Because he wanted to stop. He wanted to stop the laces from fraying. There you go. And that was it. He wanted to make them more streamlined. And that bit at the end is an aglet.
This is the thing I learned. When it comes to aubergines, bengen, you can get male aubergines and female aubergines.
No.
And there is a difference.
How do you know that?
Right.
What
so the
part
guy
of the
goes,
thing do you check?
Can you tell a male and a female from just looking at it?
yes, you can. And I'm about to tell you how. Right?
Can I guess?
Go on.
Go on then. Yeah.
Is it to do with the green toppy?
Nope.
Is it to do with the shininess?
Nope.
Oh, but
I don't even think you'll get it because I wasn't even aware that the aubergine had this characteristic when he was talking about it.
Is it to do with the dimples on it?
Where's the dimple?
Just the
Where's that dimples?
near like the bottom area, the bum.
Well, okay. So there is, if you look at, next time you look at your bengen,
Yeah,
not the toppy end, the other big roundy end,
yeah.
at the very end of that, at the very tip of that, I suppose, there is a little, like, I don't know what to call it, nipple, a hole, a marking, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If the marking is round, right? If it's like a circle, like a dot, that's good. That's a male one.
Right.
If it's a slit, just a little line,
Yeah.
that's the female one. Now, what's the difference between a male and a female when you get inside?
Yeah.
The female one inside has more seeds, which makes sense why it's the female one. It's growing, right? So you got the female one inside, which has got loads more seeds, which some people don't want in their food. So you might want just the male ones.
So that's why when you do a bengan bartha, you kind of want the male one, I think.
Maybe.
Because I'm not one for that seedy, mushy stuff in the bengan bartha. You know what I mean?
Right. Whereas for baba ganoush, it doesn't really matter. But I actually use.
I think for
males and one
baba ganoush, I
female.
think the female is better.
The females is better at what?
At baba ganoush, I think.
Yeah. Well, this guy, the guy in the recipe used he used four bengans, four aubergines, and three of them were male. One of them was female, and he just proved it. He goes, look, just to prove it, and he opened it up. He goes, look at all the seeds inside this one compared to the others. Just go back to his point. So there
I
you
never
go.
knew that.
Male
Never
and
knew
female aubergines. Look at the bottom, and I went into Tesco and I picked up my two, and I found that, and you saw the two with the holes, and you can see the one with the slit as well. It's right there. So one's got a line, one's got a hole. There you go. Aubergines have genders. How about that?
I only realised the other day what doner means.
As in doner kebab.
Yeah.
Doner.
Do you know what doner means?
What language is it?
Doner?
Turkish.
Give it to me. Doner.
I
Do you know
don't
what
know.
it is? Do you know what it means? Doner kebab.
Don. Is it off the stick? Like,
What?
Is it shaven?
Okay. Well, is it an English word?
No.
Okay.
It's Turkish.
Is
or
it
something.
is it from? So yeah. Is it from
Yeah,
that?
Turkish.
Turkish?
Yeah. I think.
Doner.
Go on. No. Okay. No. I
It
don't.
means to turn.
Oh, like doner.
the-
I'm like, how did I not think of that? Like,
Turning kebab.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Doner. Doner kebab.
And I thought I was stupid for
Look
not
how
being...
he's saying it.
Doner
Doner.
kebab.
Doner.
kebab.
Yeah.
Doner around.
It's a turning kebab. Turning bit of
Very
meat.
good.
Yeah,
Like,
lovely.
like rotisserie.
Zebras don't get ulcers.
What?
Eh?
Zebras
In
don't
the mouth
get ulcers.
or
Yeah.
alcoholic ulcers?
No, in the mouth. Do you know why?
Never knew that.
And this is brilliant because it's all to do with stress. And animals such as zebras, right?
They're not good.
They have stress which is known as episodic stress,
Right.
Because they might have to run away from a lion.
Yeah.
So they're in that stress for that moment,
In a burst.
and then it's over, right? Because they've got away. Whereas humans, our stress is chronic. Because we are worrying
yeah.
about
We like the chronic.
someone's our job, about the mortgage, about relationships,
Yeah.
about children, and so we are constantly in
Worrying.
stress and worry, and therefore humans always get ulcers, whereas zebras don't.
10 inches in one day. If you want 10 inches in one day, Kedge,
Of
of
cucumber.
asparagus, It's possible. Asparagus is one of the quickest growing vegetables, and in the right condition, it can grow up to 10 inches in a day.
Wow.
And it can sometimes often takes longer than that, but with the right conditions, you can
10
get
inches in a day.
The thing I learned, and do you know what? When I read this, it immediately reminded. Well, there was two actually. There was one fact that I learned which reminded me of Tommy, and there was one of Kedge. So I'm going to say both of them because they're both quite short. The first one: the average man spends 7 hours a year hiding in the bathroom for peace and quiet. And I know you do this, Tommy.
Do by hiding, do you mean you just stay
sit there longer?
just stay sitting?
Just a bit
a bit
longer.
longer.
Yeah.
That's fine. You're done.
Yeah.
But you go, just give me a little
7 hours in a year, though.
bit. Yeah.
That's-
Bruv, can I tell you something? Confession now, it doesn't matter.
I think I'd do more than that.
I used to go at the BBC, I used to go to the toilet and just close my eyes and just lean on
Yeah,
my...
and
Yeah,
then,
and we had to play 4 songs in a row. Yeah.
Four Lata Mangeshkar, there's
And then I'll
4
go, Saj,
Usher
go and
Bonds,
find him.
4 epic ones. Yeah.
I ain't going to find him, mate.
But you know when you're so tired some days, you're just so tired.
I was
you're
the
like,
one. I was
"Just
the
give
one
me a
playing the
minute."
songs
Yeah.
while he was away.
Yeah, just give me a few minutes here on my own. Yes, I can
Oh,
see
so
that.
that's where it's all
So
coming
7
out now.
hours a year on the
7
toilet.
hours, yeah. And the other thing I learned in Kedge, this is you. The average gamer spends about 8 hours and 27 minutes each week playing video games.
On the toilet.
No,
Oh,
playing games.
Kedge combines the two
I
last
was going to
facts.
say, yeah, that's about right. Oh,
The average
eight hours.
the average
8 hours.
gamer.
Eight,
Yeah,
eight and a half hours.
yeah,
a
I
week.
think-
A week.
A week.
Yeah, I think
That's
I-
a long time, isn't it?
I think I do.
That's just over an hour a day.
I think I do that.
I'll move on to the fact that obviously we record the podcast on a Tuesday, and you might be thinking about your dinner plans on a Tuesday, and you might go, oh, you know what? I fancy a Chinese takeaway, but the Chinese takeaway is going to be closed on a Tuesday. Did you know why Chinese takeaways are all closed on a Tuesday?
Chinese takeaway? No.
Oh, no, I don't. Why
Well,
Tuesday? No.
Is that their day of rest?
Usually it's
Well,
a Monday, isn't it?
This goes back to apparently back in the day in China. And what they used to do is that a lot of Chinese people always arranged to meet each other on a Tuesday. So they saw it as a day off, and they would catch up and they would make plans to meet on a Tuesday. So this is why that way of life has now come over to England. And that's why Chinese takeaways are closed on a Tuesday. So bear that in mind next time you fancy a spring roll.
Milo, my son, said to me, so how did we get into the topic? We start again. He's obviously doing homework and stuff, but he said something about pounds. Right?
All right, yeah.
No, he goes, no, this is it. He goes, Dad, how much is 20 labs? I went, what?
Labs.
Yeah. And he went, it says in my assignment, like, and I went, labs. He goes, yeah, LBS. I went, that's
Oh,
pounds.
bless. Yeah, pounds. Yeah.
And he went, that's short for pounds. Why is LBS?
Oh, that's a great
Short for
Google.
pounds.
That's a
great
great
And I
Google.
was like,
No one.
you know
Hold
what?
on a minute. LBS.
Yeah.
LBS.
No, but Kedge, you should get this, and I'm saying you from your posh school upbringing. What do you think it is?
No, but this is what I mean.
Latin.
Wow, I've
Something
never-
Latin related.
Yeah, man. It's always
It's a
good.
Latin
Okay,
word.
let me tell you. So,
LBS.
so it's the L is Libra, which,
Yeah.
as we know from the Libra, the star sign is
Oh,
scales.
yeah, the scales.
So to refer to balance or scales in
Libra.
Roman times, and was also part of a unit of measurement known as Libra Ponda, right? Which translated
Libra
is
Ponda
pound
replay.
weight. Yeah, Libra Ponda is pound weight,
Right.
right? That's what it translates as.
Ponda, I mean, how do you spell that?
Ponda, like
Punjabi.
Ponda,
Right.
right? It
Ponda.
says when
Yeah.
it's pound weight
Ponda
or
River.
a pound
Ponda
by
Bay.
weight.
Yeah.
So the pondo part of the measurement
Yeah.
is the origin behind the English word pound, right? So that's
Right, Ponda, yeah.
Ponda,
That's
Ponda.
what Punjabi people say,
Well,
yeah.
the Libra part is the origin behind. So it was short for that. But I think the B,
Libra
the-
Ponda, and then S is just plural.
Libra Pondas, yeah, but it's a B. It's not LP. Then on that basis, it should be LPs. But it's
Yeah,
still
but
LBs.
people,
Libra
Punjabis,
I think
P
they say
and B
Bonda.
must have come from,
Yeah, they
like
say
Bindo.
Libri Bonda
Libri Bonda.
instead
Wow.
of Libra Bonda.
This is, I mean,
I never knew
today I feel like I've taken the right
I
colour
never knew
pill
that.
and I've
Yeah, man.
escaped the matrix.
Good one.
LBS.
It is estimated that 0.7 of the world's population is drunk at any given moment.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Only
How many-
0.7.
That's what I mean. But do you know how many people that is? 55 million people.
Oh. I mean, it is 5 o'clock somewhere in the world. Do you know what I mean?
So hold on.
That's the population of I was looking at it, like sort of South Africa got about 50
50 million.
What was nearly this
Million
country?
or billion?
Nearly this country, yeah.
Yeah,
No, did you say billion?
No, million.
Million. How can it be billion? How many 55 billion? There's only 7 billion people on the planet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sorry.
I thought it'd be more than that.
I'm drunk. I'm part at 5%. Yeah.
0.7.
Yeah.
It's not 5%.
No.
I thought it was making it up.
Oh, wow.
It'd be more than that.
I thought it would have been more than that.
I would have thought 7 billion people.
But that's,
You know,
there's,
how many of those are adults?
there's more in England on a Friday night.
Yeah, but
No, that's not a fact, Kedge.
3.5. There's probably 3.5
55
billion.
million.
Yeah, but how do they
At
measure this?
any
How do they
given
measure
point.
this? This is from the same statistics region as,
No,
as
it's not.
everyone's
It's just,
back.
it's just they look at how many people are mashed throughout the day, and that's just all it is, isn't
So
it?
they're really saying just under 1% of this country right now.
Not the country. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it could be this country.
all
yeah.
across the globe,
Oh no,
on a
yeah, across the
global
globe.
level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
And obviously
obviously
not-
it's different times of
Times
days.
of days,
And
yeah.
not only that, there's a lot of non-drinking countries.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Gujarat, dry state. There you go.
And
So-
some
no,
people-
but they consume the most alcohol.
Oh, they
in
consume
India.
a lot, yeah. And then some people might be hanging from the next previous day as well, so you got to take that into account as well.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
But no, that's not still drunk though. That's
Well,
not,
yeah, they might be
could
waking up.
Anyway,
Yeah.
0.7, good. It's a good stat. So when you're next having a drink, when you next cheers your mates,
Yeah.
just kind of drop that one in, kind of go, did you know 0.7% of the planet right
Yeah.
now?
We
drunk.
are one
We are.
of 55 million
Love it.
getting smashed.
What do you mean?
Like, as in when you're
If-
drunk.
when you're drinking.
Yes, yeah, we're
Yeah,
not.
when you're drunk. No,
Me
No.
and you, Ed.
when you're drunk,
He
you can be
is.
like.
Can I just say,
I'm one of 55 million.
I've been having the alcoholic free beer with the Queen passing and obviously having a new king now, King Charles III.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is going around going, well, obviously, you know the E and the R on the letterboxes.
Yes.
That has to now be changed.
ER, is that what the letterbox?
Yeah.
What's
so
HR then?
So E to R is what you see on letterboxes.
What's the
R
That's
for?
Regina, which is the Latin word for queen.
Queen,
So
yeah, okay.
E, Elizabeth
And then-
II, Regina.
And-
Regina originally means queen.
Yep.
And then some people say, hold on a minute, I've got a letterbox here which says GR.
It's GR Sport.
No,
The trim on the car.
no.
No.
So now they're like, so why is
I think
there
I know
G?
why.
Go on.
No, I don't want to say it because
No.
I think I know why.
Well, no, go on, say it.
Is it because of George,
Correct.
the dad?
So
Yeah.
that means
Hold on.
that was the letterbox that was around at that time, and
George
they
was
didn't
in-
change
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that makes
So
sense.
now everyone's going around letterbox going, can you spot the ER and the GR?
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on a minute. So sorry. On the ER one, that's Elizabeth Regina.
Yes.
That meaning after Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elizabeth
So,
Queen too.
So when they make a letterbox at the time of them in reign,
Yes,
Yes.
because
Right, so-
it changes.
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry, who's the GR? Oh, from back
George,
in
From
the
back
day.
in
Yeah.
the day.
Oh, I
And
thought you meant for
people-
little baby George.
No,
That's
no,
what I
no.
thought
So
you-
people are spotting the back in the day letterboxes.
Yeah.
Which has
Thereabout.
got the
They
GR. Which has
okay.
got the GR just like that.
There can't be
And
many of them.
apparently there was an ER, then there was the GR, which was George VI, and then it goes back to
But he's not a Regina then, if it's Queen.
No. Oh, well spotted. So what's the R there stand for? Rex, which in Latin means king.
Rex means king.
Rex means king.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Rex Regina in Latin words. So the next one the new ones that we're going to get is going to be C3R.
PO. Oh.
No, but that was what you might see on the
C3P
post office.
Post
office.
Hey,
Yes.
C3PO.
There we go, C3PO.
And then
But look out for that. So actually, I'm going to go on the hunt now and find a GR because you know what? Let's take a photo. Take a photo of the ER
find
because
the
you know
GR,
what?
yeah.
Again, in 20, 30 years' time,
I think there'll be a lot of ERs around still.
Why
Because
did
she's
they-
been in there for a while.
And why did they paint the letterboxes gold at one point? Remember when that was all
that
there?
was for the Golden Jubilee.
Yeah, it's for Jubilee.
Right,
Yeah.
there you go. Right,
Yeah, yeah.
brilliant. So for the coronation, they might
So
do it as well.
that's what you're looking out for.
And
Smother
so
it with a-
there's none before that. What's the oldest one then? Is it?
Well, no, apparently you can get Victoria, VR.
There's a VR, yeah.
Which means that it's from 1837 to 1909.
Right.
So then there's an Edward the Seventh. There's a sign for that. There's a George the Fifth.
That is mental.
There's a George, and then there's Edward Edward the Seventh, Eighth, and then there's George the Sixth, and then there was Elizabeth the Second.
There you go.
E2R.
Very good. The thing I've learned is an interesting one, and that is snakes and ladders. I found out this week.
Oh, go on.
If I saw, I thought you might know this because when I heard about it, I was
Game.
like,
Board game.
Board game, yeah. What was it? What did it get invented from? Is that what it is?
It's
Where,
it-
where did it originate from?
And where do you think it is? Why do you think I'm saying it? Go on.
Is it India?
It's India.
Yeah.
Snakes and
Most
ladders
games came from India.
is an Indian game.
Hang on, was that in the Indian Express?
No, it wasn't. it was from a. I found this out from a Mumbai guy who was double vaccinated.
Chatting breeze.
It was.
Can I just say I've got to open my zip up? It's getting hot.
Oh,
in here now.
hello, mate.
Sorry.
I'm glad we're at the end. I'm glad we're at the end of the podcast.
Jacket on
I
bottom.
told you,
20
I am
gauge.
sweating.
This is where Ken goes.
Believe that.
Talking
Right.
of snakes.
top's coming off. Come on, carry on.
It says snakes and ladders originated in India. It's now sold across the world. Some people in America, I think they call it chutes and ladders.
Tell me what it was called in Indian.
It says it was
Sup.
first yes, sup and body.
Sup and body.
What do you call ladder?
What do you call ladders, Kedge?
Ladder. I don't know the actual word.
There is a word for it.
There is a
I've
word
heard
for
it.
it. I feel like it's supposed to begin with
Step-
an S.
Step,
or
they say
something.
step like yeah.
Ladder.
Ladder.
No, I
It's
don't know.
not that.
You know. I'm gonna look
I'm
for
surprised
that.
you don't know that, Kedge.
No, I know. I should know it, but I don't.
Ooh. But is it not similar to body or something like that?
No. Body means wide.
So hold on.
If you're Gujarati and you're listening to this now, you are going to be in hysterics.
Okay, what about what's Geordie then?
Still.
I know because Geordie means wide for us. So you can have a body Geordie, which is a wide staircase.
Body Geordie sounds hilarious, but no.
Okay, so it was created, but this is the thing. But with the game, it was created to teach morals and lessons about karma,
Oh,
about
yeah,
karma
exactly, yeah.
in a way that young children would understand. Remember, like, listen, sometimes
You can be
life
up,
goes up, sometimes you go
sometimes
down, and actually,
I like that.
that's valid. That's
Yeah.
life isn't.
But
all
did it say
snakes,
what the
it's not all
original
ladders.
game was called?
No, it
No.
just says it originated in India, snakes and ladders.
Yeah.
But you can, a snake, very Indian, symbolic, ladder, body, simple, Geordie.
And the things I've learned this week.
Yes.
In the Secret Service, MI 5 and 6. Do you guys know what MI stands for?
Mission Impossible.
No.
Mumbai Indians.
No.
More Indians.
No. It could be.
Masala Indian.
No.
Maggie's Insatiable. No.
Mother India.
Yeah.
No. Military intelligence.
I
did not know that.
I was going to say
It's
that
weird,
next.
isn't it?
I was going to say, were you going to say that next? Yeah.
Oh,
Do
you
you,
never got that.
do you guys know the difference between MI5 and MI6? What?
One's a furniture shop.
Yeah. No, internal, external.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
one's which?
MI5, internal, MI6.
MI5 is for the UK, protecting the UK. MI6.
Yeah.
And do you know how many MIs there are in the total?
How many MIs there are in total? So
6.
So internal. So what do 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Well, there you go. So how many are there in total?
6.
11.
I don't know any after 6.
Well, there you go.
6.
Do you know any before 5?
Oh, there's only 2
I
then.
missed it. It was before I was born.
20 in total.
Oh, wow.
Here's the random bit about it. There is an MI4. You know what that is though for? You know what the people do in MI4?
Go on.
Oh, patrol the rivers.
You never. Yeah, it's pretty boring.
Go on.
It's
farms.
more boring than that.
Uh,
It's the mapping division.
Oh man, look at that.
Can you imagine if you work yourself all the way and you get to MI4 and you
Yeah.
think, sorry mate,
Well,
you're in the mapping
Well,
division.
so you got someone you fancy in the club, like, you know who I work for? MI4. Oh yeah, what'd you do?
Never heard of that.
Coordinates, got it down.
Get your compass out.
Get your compass out, mate.
The reason why your eyes stream
Yeah.
is because the chemical in the onions that causes your eyes to stream is looking for the nearest source of water. And the nearest source of water to react to is your eyes.
Wow.
So if you put a little glass of water or a wet tissue, you wet a tissue and put it by the onions, you will not cry anymore.
Well,
That's it.
all I can say is then you better not cut onions when you got diarrhea.
Yeah, or if you're going to the loo, I wouldn't do that either.
Well, then it would sting your
Well,
willy.
exactly.
It's
It might be
stream out
quite
of
painful.
wherever, isn't it?
Might be quite a
Like
painful
a
wee.
magnet.
Right,
So
good.
That's interesting. I never knew that. I never knew that.
That's an
Maybe your
emergency
willy will start crying.
maybe.
Maybe. The thing I learnt this week is all about Uranus,
Yeah?
Oh,
the planet.
Yeah, it's getting
Yeah.
bigger apparently.
I know it's not getting bigger, but it
No,
was
black hole?
actually,
There's a
it
black
was
hole near
actually no,
Uranus?
it wasn't that. It was actually called something else before Uranus.
go on. Oh, that's an interesting one.
What would you name a planet?
Well, it could be anything.
Yototo. It was called Yototo
It was
before.
And they
It was just
changed
so
it.
random.
Had an
Like,
operation.
The planet was called George. Oh, there you go. Look out the window. I see George.
Was it George?
No
It
way.
was called George.
No, it wasn't.
Uranus was
Mercury,
called
Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, George, Neptune, Pluto. That
Yeah.
doesn't even flow,
George.
does it?
It was called George. That's the thing I've learnt this week. Uranus was called George.
Yeah,
Wow.
brilliant.
After the King George, it was in 1781. That's when it's called
Discovered
Georgium Sidus, and for short they called it George. Then they changed it to Uranus 70 years later.
Uranus, I believe, is the proper pronunciation.
Okay.
Uranus.
Yeah.
Where did the croissant originate? And why is it shaped like that?
Very good. Okay, so I would guess,
the French are a bit fancy when it comes to their pastry, so
Yeah.
they like to show off their skills.
Yeah.
I think someone in a kitchen would have been showing it, because obviously it's very pastry based.
So,
There's
so you're
lots of
going
butter in
France.
it.
So you're going France.
France,
yeah,
fancy French patisserie chef would have been trying to show off to his fair maiden and woo a lady in the kitchen, and so he designed it like a shell to represent the fact that she is a creature of the sea and some sort of romantic gesture.
That is beautiful. I mean, you could write a film on that, but you're wrong.
Oh.
Satch, any guesses?
Well, I don't think it's from France. Like, I think maybe they've got it from another part of the world that they were in.
Very
before.
good. Very. Well, that's quite a good guess. Any guesses on the shape? Why it's
shape?
like that?
Wouldn't have a clue. Maybe they just wanted it to be something else, and then it just set in that.
So
shape.
check this out.
Go on.
It originates from Austria.
Okay, not too far.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Not too far, but why is it shaped like that? This is this little bit of science, not science, the history behind it. It's all to do with the Austrian battle against the Turks for a bit of land in the 17th century. Now, they were fighting, and when they did beat them, right, the Austrians, they decided to create a pastry that was in the shape of the Turkish flag and the symbol from it, the moon, so that they could then say that we've eaten them for breakfast, because it reminded them of
wow.
and that's how it came out, and that was the meaning for it. And it's what it's known in Austria as Kipfel, which means crescent. And then when you move it over, then what happened is one of these Austrian people moved over to France. He started making it, and the word for crescent in French is croissant, and now all of a sudden everyone thinks the French have owned it.
I actually Googled this because I saw Logan and Milo doing something.
Right.
And I thought, that's interesting. Why do people do that? And what they were doing, they were playing Mario. They had their mouth open, wiggling their tongues. Right?
Oh, I've seen a lot of kids do that. I've seen a lot of kids do that.
And also,
Ken still does that. When he's
No, I don't.
Even when you're concentrating on something,
I know a lot of adults who do that.
Yeah.
You move your tongue
I see
around.
adults do that.
Right?
Do you? Because you think it's a controller?
Huh?
Does it automatically think that it's a controller?
No. It's not. Not trying to control it. But what are your theories? Firstly, any theories on
I
this?
think it's something to do with when you're trying to concentrate and then you can't. Your senses are focused on that one thing. That other things just happen. Randomly.
You're very close, actually, in a way. So what? I tell you why you're close. It's because apparently the tongue. What I started again. This article is quite long, saying about the tongue and how it is used for lots of different emotions, and sometimes more so than any other part of your body. You can use the tongue quite a lot. But when you're concentrating on something highly, you take your tongue out your mouth, so your brain isn't processing taste buds, digestion, isn't thinking about food, and also is less likely to talk.
That's interesting.
So it's to take the distraction of taste and talk away, and now I'm full focus. And it's like an involuntary thing. Your body just does it. You're going to go, hold a minute, I've got to focus on this. Take that tongue out. The tongue is interfering with my business, and it gets it out of the way. I think that's a cool thing I learned, man.
That is
cool.
I was
But what happens if you don't do that? I don't do that.
Well, no, you can keep it in your mouth, but effectively your brain is still processing taste buds stuff.
Right.
So it's getting in the way of full concentration.
Oh, interesting.
Next time, put your tongue out. Ken.
Hang your tongue out.
You know when they say on the sets of a film, that's a wrap.
Yes.
What does it mean?
It means we have wrapped up the production. That's
Yeah, but what does it stand
hang
for?
on. I think it stands. You're
What
not
does
meant
it
to say
stand
rap,
for?
but it's like it's a thingy for something, isn't it? They're all 4 different words.
Yeah,
an acronym.
an acronym.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was an acronym. And
that's where it's come
had
from.
to say that's a rap. And
That's
had it
a
said
wrap, exactly.
no.
Yeah, and you
Okay,
you could tell this to many an actor, and they wouldn't know.
No, I agree. So let me guess then. So
Go
if
on,
it is
go on.
rap, and is it WRAP or is it RAP?
It's WRAP.
WRAP.
So it's okay. So it's marking the end. So something about after production. So is the P production?
No.
Oh. No, they're not. I was going to go.
Are you ready? Because obviously
photography.
No, it comes from slightly, and obviously back in the day. So it comes from the instruments and stuff that they were using to film before. But rap stands for wind, reel, and print.
Very good. That's
good.
a wrap.
I love that. That is a brilliant one to remember. When you're slightly tipsy in a pub, share that. They'll go, "You're clever."
But anyway, the thing that I learned about Singapore was using a public toilet without flushing is illegal in Singapore.
Love it.
Very good.
Love it. Yeah. I love that draconian measure.
I'm just thinking about it, and there's sometimes. Look, I'm sorry, but sometimes when you go to a toilet, even in clubs and stuff, you don't want to touch a flush because you know it's been weed on. Yeah. So you just don't.
Hold a minute, but how do you know that? How do you know? How do they they monitor this? Because
I think if someone just goes in there after you've been and there's still something in there, then you can get arrested for that. Like a copper.
No, but you've already gone.
No, but he can chase you down the road if he wants. Really,
or maybe they do spot checks.
Exactly.
Spot checks, just random checks.
What they failed to do here, which I'm a little bit disappointed, is Singapore should have gone. The lock doesn't open until you flush.
Yeah. Or I'm pretty sure in Singapore you can just wave your hand in front of the flush and things like that.
Yeah.
And just another quick little side note about Singapore while we're on the topic is it's also to import and sell or kind of give to someone chewing gum if you bought it from outside the country, because you're not allowed to have chewing gum over there.
Wow.
Yeah. I've got a brilliant thing I've learned, right? The term eavesdrop.
Oh.
Where does it come from? Why did they say, he's eavesdropping?
Is it because Adam was having a chat with the snake at the Garden of Eden?
Yeah, go on.
Eve was listening in.
Yeah.
Therefore, she was eavesdropping.
Honestly, I cannot believe that, Kedge. You always surprise me because you are so far off. It's unbelievable. No winning. Nothing to do with that. So, this is a good one. It's just a good one because it's a phrase that you say all the time. Oh yeah, proper eavesdropper, like listening in. What's that you so? Eavesdrop started off literally referring to the water that falls off the eaves of a house. And the eaves of a house are up top in the roof, right? The bits that, the roof of the house. And the eaves are the bits that are like that little bits kind of at the angle hanging over the side of the house. So when the Barney drips off the side of the house, it drips really close to the house, right?
Yeah.
And that means that when it came to the ground, the water where it falls, that area there is in eavesdrop distance to the house.
Okay,
that's how. So an eavesdropper is described as someone who is stood within eavesdrop, like that close to a house to overhear conversation.
Love it.
That is good.
They're getting in close. So it's like the eavesdrop is close to the house, and eavesdropper is close to the information. They're an eavesdropper.
What is the most thrown away takeaway item ever?
Oh, okay. What you mean, like leftover from the food?
Yeah,
pizza.
So whenever
Pizza.
you order something.
Yeah, pizza crusts.
What is it's not pizza crust.
Okay, hold a minute. Okay, let's think. What kind of food is it going to be? Indian?
No, it's just takeaway in general.
It's got to be English food takeaway.
Oh, but you're saying Thatcher goes as takeaway in general.
Salad. Like
Close is not salad though.
Bread, pita bread.
No,
people eat that.
Shall I say it? Chips.
Oh, after all that chip butty chat.
Yeah, because with everything you order chips, don't you? Really, and realistically, if you get a kebab or let's say or whatever, something in chips, you're going to eat the main thing first, aren't you? And then you're going to fill yourself up, and then the chips kind of get sidelined.
We need to put this in some sort of plaque. We need to be more proud of this as a nation, because this is unbelievable, and it is crossed around the world to every DJ and MC, and that is the origin of the famous "Oli Oli Oli, oi 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 oi," right? How that came about.
Go on.
I fell off the sofa when I discovered this.
Go on.
So, do you remember the MC CKP?
Of course I do. He's my favourite MC.
He's brilliant. So CKP was on the mic one night and he was looking for his mate, Oliver. And he went...
joking.
And he went, "Ollie, Ollie." And he just shouted twice and the crowd came back with, "Oi, oi." So he just went, "What happened there?" So he tried it again, "Ollie, Ollie." And then he added one more and the crowd came back with, "Oi, oi, oi." And that is how, to this day, every MC, every DJ gets onto the mic and goes, Oli, 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 and everyone knows what to do. We, Great Britain, have given that to the world. I felt so proud. Oli, Oli, Oli!
Oi, oi, oi! Okay, that's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good party one to finish on.
That is a good party
because
one.
it's a festive season.
Get that in on the New Year's Eve party.
Yeah, and just only a few weeks ago, I was hosting an event, and So Solid Crew and all that were there, right?
Oh yeah,
right. And they said, "Oli, Oli, Oli" on the mic, and actually I thought, why does that ring a bell? Why is that? And now I know. So if you hear,
because of Kedge,
I wasn't expecting garage MCs to be going Oli, Oli, Oli.
It was his mate's name.
It was his mate's name.
There you go.
There you go.
Fact.
CKP.
Look, that's what it's all about. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed those little montage and the best things we've learned throughout the year.
Yeah.
There'll be loads more. There'll be loads more next year, 2023.
2023.
Big things. I really. Now that COVID's kind of hopefully done, done
don't
with.
jinx it.
Well, what I'm saying is the COVID thing kind of meant that a lot of people who used to listen to our podcast regularly weren't traveling into work and things like that, and it messed up routines or whatever. And now we really are seeing that thousands and thousands of you are listening to this podcast every week, and we love it. We thank you for it. Keep doing that. Tell your friends all about it. Spread it. Share the love. Send it on WhatsApp, as we know, everyone shares it there. Do that, and particularly people that just need a little bit of a lift in their life. People think, you know what, want to have a little giggle on the way to work. This is the one. So thanks for listening in 2022. Here's to the new year, boys.
See you in 2023.
Yes, see you then. Happy New Year.
Laters.